up. What else can we say about the Serbian that is Nikola Jokic? This dude is killing everybody, and basketball is his side hustle. Bro! He said bye one day and then he just literally vanished in the sunset. Wow! Lamar played himself out of the MVP conversation, and Derrick Henry is just a victim of that. I wonder if that translates well on camera. Does it? NJ, how does this look?
Yeah, that looks like you're putting someone to sleep right now.
Yeah.
Different angles, it does.
There's no one for him to fight. He cleaned the division. There's no one for him to fight. That's why we had to get a dude from Japan. We imported a person for him to put to sleep. 20 years, 12,000 assists, 0 rings. Yeah. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good? Are you well? Are you fine? Yeah, I got that out the way early, but I'll come back to you because episode 20. That's 2-0. That's 2-0. I don't know 20 years in Chivenda, Marandanshinga. But yeah, Fumbiri. Fumbiri, the episode is a Fumbiri. No, I don't know what episode is in Chivenda. But you get what I'm saying, dog. We coming up. Apparently, I can chill for a whole year now and just go on sabbatical, let y'all miss me, and I can still say I have a podcast. Because you know how it is. Apparently, dudes be retiring at episode 4, episode 5. Which makes no sense because this is so much fun. What? You mean for 20 minutes, I just get to sit at least twice a week and talk nothing but nonsense about sports. And there are people who actually want to hear me talk sports and all this nonsense, by the way. Shout out. Love you. Appreciate all your love and support. Keep it up. We still going. Thank you for coming to episode 20. I'll see you at episode 40, 60, 100. You know how it goes. Anyway, for the quality of the show, you know what I did. I'm still regretting it till this day. But you couldn't just hear this dude talking throughout the room, NJ. So, NJ, what's good, bro?
I'm fantastic, man. I don't even know what to do with myself.
How's Chelsea?
Chelsea won 4-3 yesterday, second on the log, 3 points behind Liverpool. We are 3 points behind Liverpool. We are ahead of schedule. We don't need to win the league for me to be happy. If a second place finish is what I'll take, given the fact that we were almost, at this time last year, we were 14th on the log. Now we're second. That was the results, baby.
I thought when you guys lost that Kremlin money, it was over.
Then we went and got the Yankee money.
Oh, y'all getting Yankee money now.
We got Yankee money.
You know the Yankees haven't won in like forever.
It doesn't matter. They just still own the club. That's all we care about. We just care about their money. We just care about the when I say Yanks, I'm talking about the US.
I need somebody to remember episode 20 so that in 5 years, when NJ and I are debating that Chelsea hasn't won in like forever, we have this moment to reference. Oh my God.
The Ravens, bro. We hate the Ravens.
The Ravens didn't play, so
it doesn't.
Listen, I'm rubber, you're glue.
I'm
rubber, you're glue. Right now, I'm over the last Ravens L. Okay, so let's move on to the next one.
To the next L. Have faith. Have faith.
I told you, I've given up on them. I've given up on the Ravens. You know,
great Lamar Jackson.
You know how I feel about the Ravens right
Derrick
now.
Henry.
The great John Harbaugh. You know how I feel right now. This is exactly what a toxic relationship is. This is exactly what it is, bro, because I still care. I'm angry. I wish I could strangle you with my bare hands right now, but I still care and I love you. And when you wake me up in the morning and you're sick and you need breakfast and someone to take care of you and read you a bedtime story and tuck you in, I will do it because I care. Even though you piss me off.
Better man than I am.
Oh my God. Let me get my energy and let me cool down. So thanks, Ravens. You managed to anger me on a day where you didn't play. I blame NJ for that, but it does not matter. I will keep calm, I will keep cool, and I will thank God like the Xhosa say. Oh man, I'm so glad I'm getting that. Okay. Episode 20. And where else to start? Where else to start if not UFC 310. Thank you, Dana White. Thank you, UFC. Thank you, Alexandre Pantoja. Thank you, Shavkat Rakhmonov. It was a good card. I'm not going to say it was a great card. It was a good card with some decent fights, and I'm not mad if that's how we ending off 2024 in the combat sports world, in the MMA world. What happened? Let me start off by saying this. I apologize. Alexandre Pantoja. I was familiar with your game, but I slept on it nonetheless. You're a bad man. You're the best flyweight in the world. You were champion and you had defended your title twice before that. But I still disrespected you by thinking Kai Asakura stood a chance. Kai Asakura, you owe me an apology because I thought you stood a chance. So I was ready for a proper kerfuffle, proper fisticuffs. And the fight was over in 6-7 minutes, the second round. Early into the second round. Not only was it over early in the second round because the boy Pantoja got a finish, he put you to sleep. Now, usually when I say somebody was put to sleep, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? NJ, when I say someone was put to sleep, what do you usually think?
They knock you out?
No, not here.
What happened?
He got choked out. He got choked out. They put him in a rear naked choke. He tried to scramble to get out of it. He fought. Fight's over. Fight's over. Your pride won't let you tap, which I understand. You probably think, oh no, I'm not gonna tap. He will have to put me down. Well, he did. Oh no, I'm a strong man. I'm not going to tap. This is not WWE, bro. You're in pain and you know you need to tap. Now look, put you to sleep. Next time you need a sleeping pill, don't even go to the doctor. Just call Alexandre Pantoja. He'll put you. He knows how to do it quite well.
Don't do that.
Nah, did I lie?
You didn't have to say it like that.
Did I lie?
You lied. You
Did I
didn't say
lie?
it like that. Jeez, like.
Damn. This is why I was so concerned about this fight to begin with. Because I said, I understand that Kai Asakura is a bad man. He's a bad man in Japan. In Japan. You can't just come into the UFC and on your debut get a title fight. You can't. No matter how bad you are, no matter how bad you think you are out there. When you play with the big boys, it's the big boys table for a reason, bro. Before we left high school, before we left primary school for high school, my principal used to say something. She used to say, you were big fish in a small pond. Now, grade 7s, I leave you to go out to high school and the rest of the world, where you will be little fish in a big pond. That's exactly what happened to Kai Asakura. Listen, he came in ready. He had a game plan, and relatively speaking, he executed it quite well. He was gonna get the knees, which he did, landed a couple brutal knees to Alexandre, which also had me kind of shook. Moved around well. Grappling was decent, I guess, but man, once Pantoja gets your back, and he does a great job of sneaking onto your back, even when they're on the feet, because they're in the clinch, and then he somehow managed to get on his back, put him down, and then, night, literally. So I don't know, man. It was a very underwhelming fight. It was a very underwhelming fight. But then it also highlighted a bigger problem. It highlighted a big problem, which was also exacerbated by the fact that after the fight, Pantoja called out Demetrius Johnson, a man who retired like 3-4 months ago. A man who hasn't been in the UFC in like 3-4 years, maybe. The chat being, there's no one for him to fight. He cleaned the division. There's no one for him to fight. That's why we had to get a dude from Japan. We imported a person for him to put to sleep. He beat everyone. Beat Mourinho. Beat Cejudo. Who else is left for Alexandre Pantoja in the flyweight division? No one. I think it's time he just moves up to bantamweight. Listen, it's only been 3 title defenses, but on his way to winning the title, he also beat some legit guys. Some of them he beat twice. He's too good. He's too good. He's a great, great fighter.
So nice, he had to do it twice.
Yes. And I don't want to see him fight Asakura again. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Okay, I have better things to do with my time. Please. Because that means I have to watch the fight. That means I have to come here and I have to talk about it. Please. Let's not. Anyway, let's move on to the co-main event, which some of us actually felt was the actual main event. We had the battle of the undefeateds, Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Machado Garry. And now that I've said it correct this one time, back to our regularly scheduled program, it's Machado. So Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Machado Garry. And he beat Ian Garry by unanimous decision. The first decision victory in Shavkat's career. And the first L in Gary's career. Which says a lot. Now, Ian Garry fought a good fight. He did well. He's very defensively sound. Very, very defensively sound. Shavkat Rakhmonov tried to take him down, 10 times. And he only did it twice. 10 times and he only did it twice. And he only took him down twice. That's because Ian Garry's defense is just so impeccable. His takedown defense is so great. His striking defense is amazing as well. However, that's as far as you can say. That's as good as it gets. His defense is impeccable. When it comes to his offense, Rudy Gobert.
That's a 4-time champion.
And that's a fighter who was undefeated until 24 hours ago.
Let's carry on.
Oh, man. So, yeah. Listen, Shavkat Rakhmonov did well. The fight itself was a very, very great fight. Very entertaining. The closest, however, Ian Garry may have lost the fight. But if you're to ask me and anybody else that watched the fight and say, what was the closest to defeat either one of the men got? Where did we get as close to a finish as we possibly could have gotten? That was when Ian Garry got on Shavkat's back. And once again, I wonder if that translates well on camera. Does it? NJ, how does this look?
Yeah, that looks like you're putting someone to sleep right now.
Yeah.
3 different angles. Yeah, it does.
Good. I want you to see. And that thing was tight, bro. That thing was tight. When you clench your butt, when you just clench your butt because you're like, oh no, here it goes, and then it just never goes. It just never happens. That's how it felt. It was, man, such a nail biter. What a great fight. And there's not much I can say. Shavkat is now going to have to fight Bilal Muhammad as it was originally intended. But unfortunately, because of injuries, we got this instead. And on 3 weeks' notice for Ian Garry to actually do this. Shout out. Bumakad. Shout out. You're a great fighter. And at 27 years of age, I expect to see him fighting Shavkat again, and I expect to see him in the title picture again. Before the fight, he was ranked number 7 in the welterweight division, and I don't know where that's gonna leave him now. But a fight against Gilbert Burns could work. A fight against Kobe Covington could work, but Kobe still has to fight Buckley, I think is the name. I think that's in Jan. So we'll see how it goes. So Shavkat is gonna fight Bilal. That's going to happen soon, and I want to see it. I want to watch it because this will be very interesting. I still don't like Bilal, so any excuse to watch Bilal get his ass handed to him, cool. Call me a hater if you want. I don't care. And this fight pissed me off. Why? It was a decent fight, and I've never seen anything like this before. Fine, let's get to the actual fight first. Cyril Gane defeats Alexander Volkov via split decision after 3 rounds of competition. Volkov got robbed. Simple. I know it. You know it. Dana White knows it. His mama knows it. Everybody saw it. Everybody saw it. You could even see Cyril Gane's body language as the decision was being announced, as the winner was being announced. His head was down. His hands weren't even getting ready to get raised. His whole team looked defeated and demotivated. That was a terrible, terrible decision. And I don't know who the judges are. I forgot their names. But those judges are trash. The judge that gave Cyril Gane the win, trash. Trash. Because he clearly lost that fight. He didn't win. And I've never seen anything like this where a fighter has regressed so much while still in their prime. Cyril Gane is young, 31, 32 maybe? Very, very young. And the regression that he has taken is something I've never seen before. We thought the John Jones fight was bad, but we were like, it's John Jones. We thought the Francis Ngannou fight was bad, but we're like, Ngannou wrestled him. He has no excuse for this one. He has no excuse. He regressed. Even his striking has taken a step back. And I am on record saying he's the best striker in the heavyweight division. I am on record saying he's one of the best strikers I've ever seen. Wow. Every time I give someone praise, they disappoint me. I give the Ravens praise. They disappoint
you're a liar.
me. Mic is off. They disappoint me. I give the Warriors praise. They disappoint me. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Cyril Gane's striking has regressed. His wrestling has gotten about that much better. His grappling as a whole is still as bad as it was when he fought Francis Ngannou. And if he keeps on going this way, he will never be a champion in the UFC. You need to diversify your game. And instead of doing that, instead of diversifying your game and actually getting better, you seem to be getting worse, bro. Why? Why? As someone who said after the John Jones fight, you took fighting more seriously and you spent more time in the gym and you did that. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. Right now, it looks like Cyril Gane just gets paid to show up. Right now, it looks like all he does is lift weights. And don't get me wrong, he has a great body. And maybe that's why the judges were like, because it was a woman. So she was like, Cyril, there you go. There's the win, my boy. But I'm disappointed. That's the only way I can put it. I am very disappointed in Cyril Gane. You got the win, but did you really get the win?
He won. He won. But he didn't beat him.
No, he didn't. Didn't beat him at all. We could all see it. He was making stupid mistakes with the guards and in the grappling. His striking was just not as great as it was. Volkov, on the other hand, has gotten significantly better. This was their second fight. And Volkov looked better than he did in their first fight. With Cyril Gane looking like the exact opposite. How do you come in years after a fight where you're supposed to be better? As the young bull that Cyril Gane is, how did he not look better? Anyway, that's it. Congratulations, Shavkat Rakhmonov. You did your thing. Congratulations, Alexandre Pantoja. You're a bad man, and I think you should move up in the pound-for-pound rankings now. Cyril Gane. So, let's move on to the NBA. And let's talk basketball. Dishes and passing. The point guard, Chris Paul, is now second all-time in assists with 12,000 assists. 12,000 and something, like 12,100 or something. Jason Kidd was at 1,290 something. Now Chris Paul is also at 1,290 something. Congratulations to Chris Paul. 20 years, 12,000 assists, 0 rings. Yeah. And I have to say, it's pretty mad. It's pretty mad that the two leaders, all-time leaders in assists in the NBA, both have 0 rings. Shout out John Stockton. Shout out Chris Paul. Y'all holding it down.
Jason Kidd got a ring, though. I'm just saying.
And that's why he was number 2. That's why they saw that he looks out of place there. He looks out of place there. So I want to talk about the MVP. I think the season has been going on long enough for us to have MVP talks now. Who's your MVP? And Joe's your MVP?
There's only one man that deserves to be known as the MVP, and that is Nikola Jokic. There's only one. There's only one.
Averaging 32 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists. And his last 2 games, he had 48 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists. The game before that, he had 56 points, 16 rebounds, 8 assists. The Nuggets are 12-10, and they are 7th in the West, and I only see them going up. What else can we say about this Serbian that is Nikola Jokic? This dude is killing everybody, and basketball is his side hustle. Isn't that just amazing? This dude just wants to go back to Serbia and chill with his horses and his wife, but instead he has to bounce and shoot this bouncy ball for millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. Oh no, guess I'll put on my uniform.
What a sad life.
What a sad life he's living. What a sad life he's living. But anyway, if Jokic is not your MVP, then who is? Right now, there's just 2 names that I can think of. Jokic and Giannis. Remember when I said these big men have monopolized the MVP award? Tell me, in the past 4, 5, even 6 seasons, who has been at the top of the MVP leaderboard every season? Giannis and Jokic.
And Joel Embiid.
Giannis and Jokic. Giannis and Jokic. Embiid, I've given up on Embiid this season because he's not even eligible for the MVP anymore.
I'm saying he won.
Yeah, like 2 seasons ago.
Hey, you said with the past 2 or 3 seasons, who's been leading the MVP race? I'm just saying.
Damn, he got me. But I want you to listen to the stretch of games that Giannis had, right? These are his last 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, listen, I did this in the previous episode. I'm not doing this again. But I'm just listing the points. These are the points. 20, 41, 37, 32, 42, 28, 31, 30, 34. Rebounds, 13, 9, 10, 11, 12, 7, 11, 11, 11. Assists, 4, 8, 11, 6, 11, 8, 5, 1, 4. Come on, bro. We're so used to this dude putting up video game numbers, we just decide to ignore it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And tell me who your MVP is. If it's not Jokic or Giannis, then who is? I understand people say Jason Tatum, maybe.
Anthony Davis.
Nah, he's playing well. AD is playing well, but MVP, even Shea. I'd say Shea before I say Anthony Davis. But anyway, speaking of Shea, let's look at how the West is looking. The Thunder are rounding it off at the top, 18-5. The Grizzlies are number 2, 17-8. The Rockets are 16-8, and the Mavs are also 16-8. 5-8 are the Warriors, Clippers, Nuggets, and Lakers. Damn. Suns are not even up there. So the Suns are number 10, which just goes to show you how wild the West is, bro. Because I'm telling you right now, with a record of 12-11, the Phoenix Suns would be chilling nicely in the East, eh? You know why I say that? Because the Bucks have the exact same record and they're 6 in the East. But before I get to 6, let's start with 1. Cavs, man, 21-4. Cavs are doing great. Celtics 19-5. Magic 17-9. Knicks 14-9. And then 5-8, we got your Heat, Bucks, Hawks, and Nets. And the East seems to be getting better. The Nets are the only team in the top 8 that have a losing record now, which means everything seems to be going well. The Sixers are, shame, man. Sixers, next season. Try to get your players healthy this season because it's chai. But the Bucks are now number 6, and I project them to end the season at least as the 3rd seed. And speaking of the 3rd seed, that's the Orlando Magic. Wow.
Who's even on the Orlando Magic?
Exactly. Exactly. Their best player they lost their best player, Paulo Banchero. Remember I said here and I said he broke his quad, he tore his quad or something like, I think this was probably a month ago, episode 10, somewhere there. Wow, episode 10, episode 20 now. But man, yeah. But he's been out, and the Magic are still holding it down. That just goes to show you that that's a great team that is being well coached. Because if you lose your best player, it's automatic. We know and we assume that you are gonna tank. You're gonna go. You're gonna lose momentum and everything. Nah, the Orlando Magic are doing well. Even with the in-season tournament, they still in the picture. They still doing well, and I expect them to just keep getting better. And when Paulo comes back, I just hope it'll be plug and play and they find their groove. Because there's dangers with this as well. Now, while your team is playing this well and all your players are galvanized and they doing their jobs, unfortunately, shout out to Wagner as well. That Wagner boy is stepping up while Paulo is out. But that could lead to problems of chemistry and actually just gelling once again once Paulo comes back, because now we have built this one system and we're playing winning basketball, and we have to now accommodate you and cater you. And what are we gonna do? Not play with our best player? Of course not. However, that is gonna have some growing pains, and I expect them to struggle for maybe 10 games. 5-10 games. I expect them to lose maybe 5 out of 10 just so they can get the hang of things, and then from there, Orlando Magic mean business again. Well, they still do. And I haven't even talked NFL yet. Okay, quick fire. Let's get violent.
Without the Ravens,
which means I had a good night last night. I did what I had to do. You've seen me do this. You know what we do on Sunday nights. Phone is on Do Not Disturb. Laptop is on Do Not Disturb. Girlfriend is on Do Not Disturb. Everything and everyone is on Do Not Disturb, and I got to watch the Detroit Lions handle their business. That was actually on Friday. I got to watch the Detroit Lions handle their business against the Green Bay Packers. Jared Goff, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jordan Love, 206 yards and 1 touchdown. Now, this was a close game, 31-34, and I will say, Jordan Love will come up. Jordan Love will end his career as a great quarterback if he keeps this up, because he's talented. He got talent coming out of his ears and his wazoo. He is talented, and he needs to have a team around him, which I think they will get there eventually, because these Packers players and this whole team actually is a good team. They beat the Cowboys last year. I know. Who doesn't beat the Cowboys? But they beat the Cowboys in the playoffs last year. That's very important. And what else? The Rams beat the Bills, which was crazy, and a nail biter. The Rams beat the Bills 44-42. Matthew Stafford handled his business, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns. But that's not what I want to talk about. Josh Allen is the MVP. This was a losing game, but Josh Allen is the MVP. He is. If
Derrick
not
Henry, no. Lamar Jackson, no.
Those two. Lamar played himself out of the MVP conversation, and Derrick Henry is just a victim of that. He's collateral damage.
Other than Fat Pat Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Yeah.
No. Statistically, he's having one of the worst seasons of his career,
Really?
if not the worst. However, we don't use stats to rate Mahomes, bro. We don't. Because watch him go to the Super Bowl again. Watch him go to the Super Bowl, because, by the way, the Chiefs and the Bills have already clinched a playoff spot. And that's in the AFC. In the NFC, it's the Lions and the Eagles. They have clinched a playoff spot. So, still a long way to go. I expect the Ravens to be up there as well. I expect the Dolphins, well, not the Dolphins. The Dolphins aren't going to do anything. But I expect the Ravens to make it to the playoffs. I expect the Steelers to make it to the playoffs, because they lead the division. What are they going to do? Not make the playoffs. But it's going to be interesting, because I really pray the Broncos get a good matchup, and then they just handle their business. But so many teams are still fighting for a spot in the playoffs that it's going to be interesting. The Dolphins beat the Jets 32-26 in a very tight game, had to go overtime. Tua Tagovailoa, 331 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers, 339 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, you're probably thinking Aaron Rodgers threw for 300 yards, and that's a great game. No. It's time. Leave the game before the game leaves you. Do with that information what you will. Aaron Rodgers. Anyway, that's it for me. I've spoken sports. I'm way over time, and I'm surprised this man still hasn't said anything. But I'm way over time, and
I want to know something here. I want to know.
every time this man asks me a question, I just know it's going to be out of pocket or it's going to piss me off. But go ahead.
Because you had me thinking, right?
What?
So, with the NFL MVP,
Yes.
how often does an NFL MVP go on to win the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl MVP?
The last one that did it was Patrick Mahomes, I want to say. Yeah.
Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes did it 2 years ago.
Is it?
Yeah.
And do people actually care about the regular season NFL MVP? Do they actually care about it?
Yeah, it does. It holds weight. It holds weight. I'd say more than the NBA MVP. Simply because it's a lot harder to make it to the playoffs in the NFL. It's a lot harder to make it to the Super Bowl and even win a Super Bowl or even win Super Bowl MVP. So the regular season awards are very prestigious because of that. Unlike the NBA, where if you're the MVP, we expect you to at least make the conference finals or, at least make it to the finals. And we still hold the NFL MVP to that standard. It's just that it's a lot harder to do in a 17-game season to win MVP as opposed to, your 82 games like the NBA.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Now,
But Mahomes is the last MVP to win a Super Bowl in a while. I'm trying to think, and hey, it's been a while. It's been a while.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So with the NBA, I love me some LeBron James. I love me.
Junior or senior?
There's only one LeBron James that plays basketball.
Okay.
Let's be honest. Let's be real here.
All I know is that the Lakers roster says otherwise, but it's fine.
My eye test is different. Now,
Ask your question.
is it time for LeBron James and CP3 to retire? Is it time?
CP3, yes. LeBron, I think he can ride out the season.
I'm talking about this season. Should this be the last LeBron James season?
Yes. Yes.
And why do you say that?
We're starting to see the fall off. However, we had been seeing it for a while. It's just people love to say LeBron is having his fourth prime as an old man. Nah, his fall off is, listen, you can look at the stats, you can look at his contributions, his plus minus. His plus minus is the worst right now, his plus minus is the worst it's been since his rookie season. So I say that because as much as he can still put up numbers, they're not contributing numbers. You get me? Like he can put up 30 on a regular. He's been doing that. But it's not a useful 30. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So are you saying that LeBron James is stat padding right now?
This has been episode 20. Thank you for being here with me. It was very fun. And I'm not going to lie. I don't think I have many more of these for the year. I ain't even going to lie to you. You'd be lucky if you get 3 more out of me for the year. So I'm just going to say, I'm going to say goodbye. But if you do see me again, I'll say goodbye again. Okay? So let's not get too sad.
Don't be too be. Bye-bye. Come back.
I come back. Bro! He said bye one day and then he just literally vanished in the sunset. Wow. Wow. Core childhood memory unlocked. He even did the whole bye. And then he'd walk. Bye. And then little did we know he was really saying bye. That guy. He was really saying bye. Your Dragon Ball was never the same after that. But anyway, I've had a great year thus far, and I expect next year to be even greater and even better. And thank you for everything, man. The support, the love, the views, the likes, comments, follows, every little thing in between. And we're a great team. We make a great team, you and I. And we will keep on doing this. We'll keep on going. And I don't see what's going to stop us. The only thing that can stop us now is ourselves. And I don't think we're going to do that, are we? Anyway, thank you for watching, listening, and everything else. I will be back with you on episode 21. Whether that's this year or next year. Radozvona, Gorvenda Yondinde, 1-5, mangoes and avos and lychee straight from the tree, my boy. I'm not sharing with anyone. So, until next time, as always, enjoy the violence.
Chelsea for the win, baby.